Hello everyone. I am Dr. V. Shantamina, Assistant Professor of Commerce, V. Vivanya Perumal College for Women, Virudhunagar. Today, we are discuss about the residential status of an individual. Before getting into the main topic, first we will see about the basic concepts. First concept, assessment year. According to section 2 subsection 9 of the Income Tax Act, the term assessment year means the period starting from 1st April and ending on 31st March of the next year. For example, our current assessment year 2023-24, which commences on 1st April 2023 and ends on 31st March 2024. Next, previous year. According to section 3, the term previous year means income earned in a particular year is taxable in the next year. The year in which income earned is known as previous year, and the next year in which income is taxable is known as assessment year. In other words, previous year is the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. For example, for our current assessment year 2023-24, the previous year is 2022-2023. Next, the term person. According to section 2 subsection 31, the term person includes an individual, a Hindu undivided family, a company, a firm, an association of person, or a body of individual, whether incorporated or not, local authority, every artificial juridical person not falling within any of the preceding categories. These are the 7 persons, but in this video we will discuss only about the residential status of an individual. Next, we have to see about the term assessee. According to section 2 subsection 7, every person in respect of whom any proceedings under the act has been taken for the assessment of his income or of the income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable, or of the loss sustained by him or by such other person, or the amount of refund due to him or to such other person may be called an assessee. In simple words, the person who paid tax is called an assessee. Then next important one, income. Income means a periodic monetary return which accrues or is expected to accrue regularly from definite sources. However, under the Income Tax Act 1961, even certain income which do not arise regularly are also treated as income. For example, income from lotteries. It is not a regular income, but it is also treated as income for income tax purpose. Next, we are going into the main topic of today's. First, what is residential status? The residence is different from citizenship. According to section 6, an individual may be resident and ordinarily resident in India, resident but not ordinarily resident in India, or non-resident in India. To determine about the residential status of an assessee, that is individual, the following 2 sets of conditions are determining the residential status of an individual. What are those 2 conditions? Number 1 is basic condition and the number 2 is additional condition. First, we will see about the basic conditions. The first basic condition is he is in India in the previous year for a period of 182 days or more. That is during the previous year. That is for our current assessment year 23-24, our previous year is 22-23. So in the previous year 22-23, The individual must be in India for the period of 182 days at least. Or if he is not able to satisfy the first basic condition, the other basic condition is also available. What is this? First one is he is in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year. That is, instead of 182 days, he may be in India for a period of 60 days only. But the another one condition is added, that is, and he has been in India for a period of 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. That is, our immediate preceding year is 22-23. The year previous year preceding the 4 previous year means 21, 22, 20, 21, 99, 20 and 98, 99. For the 4 preceding years, totally he must be in India for the period of 365 days at least. So, if he satisfies any one of the basic condition means he is a resident. Then, coming to the additional condition. The first additional condition, he has been resident in India in at least 2 out of 10 previous years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. That is, he must be resident. That is, resident, it is an important point. How will you determine the resident is focused on the basic condition. So, from the basic condition, we are able to decide about the resident of an individual. So, he must be resident for at least 2 years out of 10 previous years, immediately preceding the relevant previous year. So, the relevant previous year 22, 23, before that 10 years, he must be resident for at least 2 years. And coming to the point, the condition, first basic condition, the term between the two conditions is or. The basic condition, that if an individual satisfies any one of the basic condition, but in that condition the term is and. The individual has to satisfy both the first additional condition and the second additional condition. What is that second additional condition? He has been in India for a period of 730 days or more during 7 years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. So, for the previous year preceding 7 years, he must be in India totally for the period of 730 days or more. Right. So, we are see about the basic condition and additional condition. Now, we are discuss about how will you determine the residential status. So, our residential status is determined by the two conditions. The first, who is resident? If an individual is satisfies any one of the basic condition means he is resident. So, if he may be in India for 182 days or more, or another condition 60 days or more during the previous year and 365 days or more during 4 years preceding the relevant previous year, he must be in India for the period of 365 days. If he satisfies any one of the basic condition means he is a resident. Right. If he is not satisfied both the basic condition, at least any one of the condition is not able to satisfied by an individual means he is an resident. He is a non-resident. If he satisfies any one of the basic condition means he is a resident. If he is not able to both the basic condition means he is a non-resident. Now coming to the point. If he is an resident. Now the next step is we have to see about whether he is ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. So, if an individual satisfies one or two of the basic condition and satisfies both the additional condition means he is resident and ordinarily resident. Suppose, for example, Mr. X, who satisfies both the basic conditions and satisfies both the additional condition means he is resident and ordinarily resident. Suppose if an individual satisfies one or two of the basic condition but does not able to satisfy the additional condition one or none. So if he satisfies any one of the additional condition and if he does not able to satisfy both the additional condition means he is resident but not ordinarily resident. Okay. So first, if he is resident means if he satisfies both the basic condition or any one of the basic condition, he is resident. The next step is to decide about whether he is ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. So if an individual satisfies both the additional condition means he is ordinarily resident. If he satisfies one or none of the additional condition means he is not ordinarily resident. If an individual is not able to satisfy both the basic condition means he is non-resident. Next, there are certain exceptions to the basic condition. The first exception is an Indian citizen who leaves India during the previous year for the purpose of taking employment outside India. That is, he leaves India for the purpose of employment. Or an Indian citizen leaving India during the previous year as a member of the crew of an Indian ship. So, if he works as a crew in the Indian ship means he is claiming certain exceptions. That is, instead of 60 days, he must be in India for the period of 365 days. That is, in the second basic condition, what is our second basic condition? He is in India for a period of 60 days or more. But if he leaves India for the purpose of taking employment or as a crew in the Indian citizen means he must be in India for the period of 365 days or more instead of 60 days. The another exception, an Indian citizen or a person of Indian origin who comes to visit to India during the previous year. That is, a person is said to be an Indian origin if either he or any of his parents or any of his grandparents was born in undivided India means he is an Indian citizen, right? So if an Indian citizen of or a person of Indian origin comes to visit to India during the previous year, so he is not resides in India, he comes to visit to India, in that condition he must be in India for a period of 365 days or more instead of 60 days in our second basic condition, right? Then this clarification is explained in the problem. For in that problem, Mr. Ramesh, who born and brought up in India, went for further studies to UK. So look at that problem. He went for further studies, not for employment. Okay. So when on 1st March 2021 and he returns to India on 1st October 2022 early in the morning. Find out his residential status for the assessment year 23-24. Right. For our current assessment year is 2023-2024. Then our previous year is 2022-2023. Okay. First, Mr. Ramesh left India on 1st March 2021. It is in the assessment year 2021. That is, in the year 2021, he left India. This is first point. Then coming to the second point. He come back to India on 1st October 2022. That is, it is in the assessment year 2022-2023. This is our current previous year. Right. So, what is our first basic condition? He is in India in the previous year for a period of 182 days or more. Right. So, in this problem, Mr. Ramesh come back to India only on 1st October 2022. So, the number of days he resides in India is calculated from 1st October. So, for the month October, he is in India for a period of 31 days. For November, 30 days, December, 31 days, January, 31 days, and February, 29 days, and March, 31 days. So, totally, he is in India in the previous year for a period of 183 days. Right. Our first basic condition is he is in India for the period of only 182 days is enough. Here, Mr. Ramesh is in India for the period of 183 days. So, Mr. Ramesh satisfies the first basic condition. Coming to the second basic condition. What is our second basic condition? He is in India for a period of 60 days or more during the previous year, and he has been in India for a period of 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. Right. Here, in the previous year, Mr. Ramesh is in India for the period of 183 days. That is, we are already calculated. Then, the another condition. 4 years preceding the previous year, he must be in India for 365 days. Here, Mr. Ramesh left India in the year 2020 to 2021. But what about 21-22? He is not at all in India. Before the year 2021, he fully resides in India. So, for the year 2018 to 19, 365 days he is in India. The same way, 19 to 20 also, he resides in India for the period of 365 days. Coming to 2021, he left India on 1st March 2021. Before that, he resides in India. So, in the year 2021, he resides for the period of 334 days. So as a whole, he resides for the period of 1064 days during 4 years preceding the previous year. So for our condition, 365 days is enough. Mr. Ramesh resides in India for 1064 days. So he satisfied the second basic condition also. So Mr. Ramesh satisfies both the basic conditions. So he is a resident. So if he is a resident, the next step is to decide about if he is ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident. To check the ordinarily resident or not ordinarily resident, we have to check the additional condition. What is our additional condition? Number 1, he has been resident in India in at least 2 out of 10 previous years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. Before the year 2021-22, the last 10 years, he fully resides in India. So, Mr. Ramesh satisfies the first additional conditions. So, he is a resident for all the 9 years. Then, coming to the second additional condition. He has been in India for a period of 730 days or more during 7 years immediately preceding the relevant previous year. Here, Mr. Ramesh is in India for a period of 2159 days. So, in the last 7 years preceding the relevant previous year, he is in India for a period of 2159 days. So, Mr. Ramesh satisfies the second additional condition. In that problem, Mr. Ramesh satisfies first condition and second basic condition. And he also satisfies the first additional condition and the second additional condition. So, what we conclude? Mr. Ramesh satisfies both the basic condition and additional conditions. So, he is a resident and ordinarily resident. I think you are all very clear about the term residential status of an individual. Thank you.